KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust, serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson, celebrating 25 years of commitment to Guam, Micronesia, and the CNMI. Cars Plus Hyundai, home of the Kona electric vehicle, an electric heart with an SUV soul. Test drive yours today at Cars Plus. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it, and King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Coming up on Prime Time, in a press conference addressing the increase in COVID cases, Governor Lou Leon confirms the Delta variant is on Guam. Plus, Speaker Therese Terlahi tells the governor to stop playing games and make the all-rise payments. And although brief, lawmakers did convene for session this morning.
Hafide and good evening, everyone. It's now confirmed the highly contagious Delta variant is on Guam, and it's believed to have been introduced as far back as a month ago. In a news conference today, the governor announced that while she will not increase restrictions at this time, authorities will be closely monitoring the situation.
I am very concerned that we are headed in the same direction we were last August. Should our situation escalate, specifically with COVID-19 hospital admissions and the number of people requiring ICU level care, I will reinstate restrictions.
Public health officials say since about July 23rd, there have been 322 positive cases, 227 local, and 95 linked to DOD. The infections occurred at various events, from a large wedding to barbecues to a karaoke bar. More than 600 contacts have been identified, but Chief Public Health Officer Chima Mbakwan says there are still unknowns out there that the alert system is unable to track because of a lack of cooperation.
We've actually met some stiff opposition from individuals who we reached out to get phone numbers and contacts of individuals. We've had difficulties in contacting individuals who are part of these clusters due to lack of information.
Despite the recent surge in cases, the governor still expects public schools to open tomorrow.
And should the need required to shut down the schools again to protect our people, of course, that is going to be, that will be established and implemented. But I am very confident that if we do our part, that we will not get to that stage.
Officials urge a return to the basics of washing hands and wearing masks.
In line with this, I have asked Public Health and GPD to continue enforcing the mask mandate and to issue citations to those who fail to comply. I also strongly encourage businesses and those hosting events to require vaccinations. This sends a strong message to patrons and attendees that we want to stay safe.
If infections continue to rise,
we probably would decrease the numbers in social gathering, Nestor. And then if we continue on, we would probably look at occupancies in restaurants and bars.
The bottom line in the wake of the new jump in cases, says the CDC's Dr. Thane Hancock.
The Delta variant just really reemphasizes how important getting vaccinated is.
Again, for those who still need their shots, free vaccination clinics are available almost daily. And the judiciary of Guam is following the governor's lead in implementing mandatory vaccination of employees. Supreme Court Chief Justice Philip Carbolito issued an administrative order requiring full vaccination of judiciary employees by no later than October 11th. The order states that any employee who refuses to get vaccinated or provide proof of vaccination will be subject to weekly COVID testing or face disciplinary action. The order also extends to volunteers of the court. And it's not clear yet whether the legislative branch will also follow suit with the governor's request. But Senator Frank Blas Jr. has introduced a bill that any immunization mandate would first require a vaccine to be fully approved by the FDA. Currently, all 3 available vaccines on Guam are under an emergency use authorization. Full approval by the FDA, however, is expected within weeks. And the first official day of the fiscal year 2022 budget session lasted all of 3 minutes. At the start, Finance Committee Chairman Joe San Augustine moved a new substitute version of the government spending plan to the second reading file for discussion. But shortly after, Senator Amanda Shelton motioned to recess until Friday to allow more time for the public to review the measure. When they reconvene later this week, senators are expected to dissolve into the Committee of the Whole to question the administration's finance team. While they're likely to seek answers on the governor's ARP spending plan, DOE Director Ed Byrne, who will be one of the panelists, said during an appearance on The Link that they might not get any.
A budget that deals with operations. It's a completely separate issue from ARP, whether it's recovery or rescue. Rescue sounds even more desperate, does it not? It's certainly not anything to do with operations.
The new substitute budget bill calls for $617 million in appropriations. That's about $7 million more than what the administration was asking for. In other news, Adelup and the legislature continue to spar over local pandemic assistance. Following the governor's press conference on Tuesday, Speaker Therese Terlahi called on the island's Magat Haga to stop playing games and pay out the RISE Act immediately.
The highly contentious and confusing RISE or All Rise program took another turn down the 8-month-long path to payment. Last week, senators passed 2 bills to remove any more speed bumps by streamlining the program, removing the $30 million cap, and increasing the one-time payment to eligible applicants. Governor Lulian Guerrero, during her press conference Tuesday, called out senators and the speaker for what she believes is dollars and nonsense.
I just have to say this. As a former senator, it's both unheard of and impractical that 2 conflicting pieces of legislation be sent to the governor's desk. I'm not going to speculate why the speaker allowed these bills to be considered in session when at the end of the day, whether I sign one or veto both, they create more legal issues at a time when so many people are waiting for direct relief. Let's be honest, their tactics are more about recognition and headlines than helping the people.
Senators have maintained that their bills aren't even necessary because the governor has full authority over ARP money that's being used to pay the RISE All Rise program. In a statement issued by the speaker, quote, "It is ironic that the governor is alleging the motivation in passing legislation was about recognition and headlines, then immediately took credit for pumping $1.2 billion into the economy when that came from the federal government. We sent 2 bills with 2 options to remove any perceived impediments on the RISE payments. All the governor has to do is pick one and stop the games," end quote. Standing with the speaker are several Republican senators, including Senator Tello Taitagui, who, like her colleagues, are confused at this point which act to follow.
We just gave her an option. Which route would she like to take? We all know that she created another program called All Rise, and now it sounds like she's scrapping that. She's scrapping the legislature's recommendation in the 35th Guam legislature when Senator Regine Visco Lee proffered this RISE Act, and now I think it sounds like she's going to scratch that and create her own. I wouldn't be surprised if this one's called the All-In Act,
The governor is expected to sign another executive order regarding the RISE All Rise program and make applications available online starting September 1st. The initial RISE Act lapsed into law back in December 2020.
With the rise in COVID-19 cases, some parents want to switch their children from face-to-face instruction to online learning. But the Guam Department of Education is standing firm, saying that can't happen until the first semester ends. The department wants to reassure parents that there are many COVID-19 protocols like the mask mandate and social distancing requirements to prevent the spread of the virus within the 41 school campuses. GDOE will also be following the governor's executive order mandating all employees to be vaccinated by late September. We spoke with Governor's Physicians Advisory Group Chair Dr. Hoa Wen, who also offers some reassurance to parents.
The Pfizer in children are very safe and it's very effective. No, it's not that though. You know that if you're fully vaccinated with the Pfizer or Moderna, which is the mRNA vaccine, you have about 94 to 96% efficacy, but for the children, it's 100% efficacy. So it's very important for us to protect our children.
If the FDA approves, Dr. Wen said children ages 12 and under can get the COVID vaccine as early as October. A COVID vaccination outreach geared towards GDOE employees and students is scheduled for 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Saturday, August 14th at Tidzan High School. Meanwhile, some schools have already started the new school year. It was the first day of classes for the home of the Lions in Dededo. KUAM's Isaiah Uggan has more.
WASC-accredited iLearn Academy Charter School welcomed some of their students to their campus earlier today. The charter school did something different this year, welcoming some of its students gradually. So today was for kindergarten and first grade students. Thursday and Friday would be for the rest of their students. Then next Monday, all 740 students will be on campus attending classes face-to-face 5 days a week. iLearn Academy Charter School Chief Academic Officer Rachel Stake expressed her excitement as she said that they will only be offering face-to-face instruction.
So this school year we are back face-to-face, which everyone is very excited about, especially the teachers. When we were online, it was effective and it was wonderful and our teachers did such a good job. But there's nothing like being back face-to-face, like having this kind of social interaction. So I know that everyone's excited for that.
Stake shares that temperature checks, markers on the ground to allow students to socially distance, are some of the COVID-19 safety measures in place.
We do have plexiglasses up in classrooms. The ESF, we were able to provide all of our teachers and students with their safety equipment, so masks and hand sanitizer and alcohol and wipes, all of the things in the classrooms. And then with the ARP funding that's coming in, we also ordered HEPA filters and UV air scrubbers, which will be placed into classrooms as well.
iLearn also looks forward to bringing some sense of normalcy by doing some of their traditional events like Chamorro festivities and the annual International Week program, where it's themed to focus on a country, nation, or region.
And then by the very last day, parents are invited on campus to see like what their students do. They put on little plays, they make food, it's all of these things.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, Guahusi Isaiah Uggan.
We'll be back with more news right after this.
Social distancing may be the new norm, but connection will always be our tradition. Through good times and tough times, we remain connected with you. Masks may be the new fashion, but protection will always be our style. You can always count on us to protect the things that matter the most. Sanitizing may be the new routine, but caring will always be our practice. We care about your loved ones and the things you value the most. And as we welcome our new normal, one thing remains certain: we will always be here for you. We're open and ready to serve you. Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
From the minds that brought you Taco Bell's Fry Force comes another mouth-watering adventure, packed with seasoned beef, drizzled with spicy ranch, and covered with your favorite toppings. It's the new loaded taco fries, now serving at a Taco Bell near you.
It's a special delivery to your inbox every week with your KUAM News Roundup, program advisories, and promotions. Sign up for the weekly KUAM Digital Digest today on KUAM.com.
Welcome back. First, the Guam EPA issued a notice of violation to contractor Samsung E&C in America. Now the Guam Contractors Licensing Board has followed with its own NOV. According to a press release, the CLB has launched its own investigation into the Samsung Mangilao solar project. The CLB called representatives from the contractor to appear before them last Friday. Executive Director Buddy Orsini says they're still waiting for previously requested documents from the contractor. Once they receive them, a citation and penalties will be prepared and reviewed by the CLB Legal Counsel. President Biden today praised the courage of the 19 Republicans who joined Senate Democrats to pass a major bipartisan infrastructure bill. It now heads to the House for consideration as the Senate pivots to another major spending measure. Skylar Henry reports from Capitol Hill.
The bill, as amended, is passed.
The U.S. Senate delivered a major bipartisan victory to the Biden administration, passage of a roughly $1 trillion physical infrastructure package. The measure includes $550 billion in new spending for roads, bridges, broadband, and clean drinking water.
We have persisted, and now we have arrived.
We can do big things on a bipartisan basis.
At the White House, President Biden praised the vote and pushed his Build Back Better agenda.
After years and years of infrastructure week, we're on the cusp of an infrastructure decade.
The bill now heads to the Democrat-controlled House, where progressive members have threatened to withhold their support unless the Senate also passes a $3.5 trillion budget measure.
I'm glad it passed. I'm glad it's bipartisan, strongly so. But it is not the totality of the vision of Joe Biden and the congressional Democrats.
Tuesday, the Senate voted along party lines to begin consideration of the budget bill, which focuses on so-called human infrastructure, like education, health care, and climate change.
The President and the Democratic caucus are prepared to go forward in addressing the long-neglected needs of working families.
This budget resolution is a dream for those who want to socialize America. It's a nightmare for working people.
Senate Republicans have joined together in opposition to the Democrat-led measure, which could take weeks to finalize. Skylar Henry reporting for KUAM News.
Majority Leader Steny Hoyer says House members will return from recess on August 23rd to begin consideration of the Senate Democrats' budget resolution. If it is approved, the House is expected to resume its recess after work on that bill and possibly another voting rights bill is complete. Meanwhile, the Leon Guerrero Tenorio administration welcomed the Senate's passage of the $1 trillion infrastructure package, saying it will provide millions of dollars in federal grant funding and direct aid to Guam. Upgrades could include the reconstruction of highways, roads, and bridges, as well as flood mitigation and the expansion of broadband and cybersecurity systems. The program that allows tourists to vacation and get vaccinated against the deadly coronavirus has been beneficial for Guam. That was the message from GVB President Carl Gutierrez to the Northern Rotary Club Thursday during an update on the Air VNV program. That's the program launched on July 6th, and it aims to rejuvenate our island's tourism economy. Gutierrez said the program has been effective and that more visitors are looking to come back.
The Airbnb program has now brought in by tomorrow, up to over 1,500 just from Taiwan alone.
1,000 more guests from Taiwan are expected to arrive tomorrow afternoon for the program. And if you found an item worth over $10,000, would you keep it or would you turn it in? Well, 3 Ross employees knew the meaning of honesty being the best policy. Tyler Matanani reports from the Guam Premier Outlets.
$12,000. That was the value of a Cartier bracelet found by a Ross employee in their dressing room.
Our associates are really good about, if they find something, they're going to go ahead and give it to the manager on duty, and then we'll do our best to even get it back to the customer. Whether it be a bracelet, a cell phone, whatever, we'll do everything we can to make sure it gets back to the customer.
Ross manager Delmark Matthews assures customers can trust their employees to always do the right thing, even when they come across a high-value item worth thousands of dollars. Mei Tu is a Taiwanese visitor who came to Guam as part of the Air V&V program. She recently visited Ross at the Guam Premier Outlets and misplaced her bracelet in the dressing room. Luckily, Ross employee Norma Gomez recovered the Cartier bracelet, and instead of keeping it for herself or even pawning it, she did the right thing and turned it over to her manager, Catherine Affagui.
I had the merchandise, but I kept it in the safe with me. Did a pass off with Satricia. Satricia actually engaged with the customer at the time, was able to give it back to the customer that same day.
Tu and her friend Cindy have been on Guam since July 22nd and will be leaving back to Taiwan tomorrow. But Tu wanted to express her appreciation to the Ross team before leaving. The Guam Visitors Bureau presented certificates of appreciation to Norma Gomez, Catherine Affagui, and Satricia Ganji for their honesty. Former Governor and GVB President Carl Gutierrez says this event has raised the value of Ross employees by the millions.
When they hired these people, it shows that they went through this whole process of making sure that you have the honest people working for you.
Matthews explained how integrity is valued at Ross, saying, quote, "Our passion really is around our customer service and taking care of our customers, and we got to demonstrate that in this particular case."
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Tyler Matanani.
Good for those employees. Sports is next. Don't go away.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your fourth meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Mas.
Do you feel like you're missing out on something? Make life more rewarding with Pacific Points. Earn and redeem points for bill rebates and free load at IT&E, discounts on fuel at Shell, vouchers at Foodies, and United Mileage Plus miles. You can even pay with Pacific Points at IT&E, Shell, and Foodies. Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
KUAM News, in partnership with the Guam Visitors Bureau, brings you the Guam Safe and WTTC Safe Travel Certified Program Showcase. Look out for this powerful symbol for visitors, island residents, and industry workers alike, as it represents establishments with a consistent global commitment to safety practices. Stamped with approval by the Guam Visitors Bureau and the World Travel Tourism Council. Every Monday on KUAM News will feature a different local business who's taken the Safe Guam and Safe Travels pledge to maintain health and safety standards to get Guam back on track. Log on to visitguam.com to see how your business can receive the designation, what businesses in our community are Guam Safe certified, and have the WTTC Safe Travel certified.
We've made a lot of breakfasts, and along the way, we noticed something was missing. A warm cinnamon roll for breakfast, or with breakfast. A fluffy blueberry muffin from the drive-thru you're already driving through. A glazed apple fritter, which might find its way into your coffee. These are options every breakfast haver should have, and now they do. Meet the new bakery sweets at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
What's up, Guam? Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. We get the show started tonight with news out of UOG, as the athletic department has extended tryouts for their sports programs. Check it out. UOG has extended tryouts for their women's soccer, baseball, and women's basketball teams. Tryouts will be held on August 16th and 17th. Student athletes must submit proof of full or partial vaccination or negative COVID-19 test within 7 days prior to tryout sessions.
We did 6 tryouts recently, and 3 of them went pretty well. but 3 of them we need more student athletes. Women's soccer, women's basketball, and baseball, all about met halfway to the roster sizes that we would really like to have. So we are on the 16th, we're going to have women's soccer at 4 o'clock here at the UOG soccer field. The baseball program will have tryouts over at GW's baseball field at 4 o'clock that day. And women's basketball will have tryouts again at 7 p.m. in the UOG Calvo Fieldhouse.
There are a lot of scholarships available for student athletes looking to further their education and play sports while attending UOG. To be eligible, athletes need to be full-time students with a 2.5 GPA or a 3.0 GPA for incoming freshmen. Students transferring to UOG must also have a 2.5 GPA.
One of our missions, I think, is to fill that void. There is a huge void between high school sports and then getting out and playing as an adult in some of the adult leagues, because you really don't see a whole lot of 20-year-olds out playing in the adult leagues. So I think we're here to help that void. Plus, it's a way of students getting leadership skills, getting teamwork skills, and it's actually something you can put on your resume that makes you look better in the eyes of employers.
The long-term goal is to be able to host Division I tournaments here on island. The short-term goal is to invite other collegiate sports teams from around the Micronesia to play games here.
And the first step we want to take is in Micronesia and, like I said, the Northern Marianas and Palau. And then we'll start trying to find, schools from the U.S. to come out here. It may not be a Division I tournament the first time, but maybe we can get an NAIA tournament. Maybe we can get a Division II tournament. And then we'll start working on, let's see if we can get a Duke out here, or can we get a Kentucky out here. And if you can convince one of those schools to come, then you'll get 7 other teams that will come. But we need to work our way up to that and prove that we can hold those type of events.
UOG was able to send the women's volleyball team to Taiwan and the Philippines for competition. UOG would like to send more teams off island for competition.
Hopefully in the next 2 to 3 years we will, send some of our teams to the U.S. mainland to play. But also we want to go to the Philippines, we want to go to Taiwan, we want to go to other places in Asia as well. So hopefully once we get the programs more established, that we can start sending teams.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
For the different beats of your life, we're here to keep you connected the way you want it. Plans made for you, by you. Build your own bundle with Link. Select the internet, entertainment, mobile, and home phone plans that fit your lifestyle. Pay for what you want, not for what you don't. Build your own bundle and save with Link.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Summer is here, and at Cars Plus, we have the perfect Jeep for your summer adventures. Whether you're going off-road or just getting ready to hit the beach down south, make this the summer event you find your Jeep, like the 2021 Jeep Wrangler or the 2021 Jeep Gladiator. Equipped with Guam's only lifetime powertrain warranty. Call us at 477-7807 or visit our website at carsplusguam.com to schedule a test drive today. Cars Plus, driven by you.
All week long, we've been celebrating 65 years of First on Guam. And to commemorate the special occasion all week long on the link, there will be a trivia question where you can win a cool prize. All you have to do is call in to the link with the correct answer. Today's question was, what is KUAM's Community Service Initiative? Is it KUAM Helping People, the KUAM Care Force, or KUAM Service Corps? If you guessed the KUAM Care Force, You are absolutely correct. A big congratulations to this morning's winner, Lisa. And you still have a chance to win. Remember to watch the link every weekday morning, and good luck to you. And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
Happy birthday on the 11th of August to Francine Clement. Viva cumpleaños to Didi. We hope you're having a wonderful day, and we love you, Bula, from your adoring familia. Happy birthday number 7 to Jaylene Ferreira, to my baby girl. Mommy, Daddy, and Sissy are sending you their very best. Happy birthday number 7. Happy birthday to Jennifer Samante from Edwin and Lilibet Bunda and the company. And happy birthday to Papa Roki. We love you to the moon and back. Say Mia, Jarian, Joseph, and Ariana. We hope each and every one of you had a fantastic birthday today.
And you too can be a part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online on KUAM.com. That's our report for tonight. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great evening.
In Full Zoom is presented by Calvo Enterprises, Inc. and IT&E.
Afade and Tiro, it is my pleasure to welcome a very special panel this week on In Full Zoom. We're going to talk a little bit about the Governor's Council of Economic Advisors for the CNMI, and no other than the governor of the CNMI himself, the Honorable Ralph DLG Torres, is with us today. He is the actual co-chair of the Governor's Council of Economic Advisors. Welcome, Governor.
Welcome, Hafade and Tiro again. Thanks for giving us this opportunity to reach out.